This is Hinos' Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Yeah, your boy just finished a epic, and I mean an epic workout this morning, boy. You know how we do, man. We keeps the thing tight and we keeps the thing right. You know what I'm saying? We keep that thing masculine. We love the masculinity. That's right. That male roaring lion, the king of the jungle. That's how we do, man. That's right. My fellow kings out there, in the comment section, I want y'all to put a crown next to y'all comments. You hear me? Make sure y'all put a crown next to y'all comments. I know right there I'm speaking to the fellow. So I know what I'm talking about. The other kings out there. The male lions. The roof. Those cats that like to roar. But on to the video. Keith Thurman, your duck time and your run time is officially over. I'm going to say that again. Keith Thurman, your duck time and your run time is officially over. You are on notice. Because we shouldn't be talking about Spence versus Crawford. We should be talking about Spence versus Thurman. I'm going to say that again. We should not be talking about Spence versus Crawford. That's the super mega fight. That's the mega fight of September 2020, possibly May 2021. We need to be talking about Spence versus Thurman this year or possibly May of next year. Later this year or May of next year. The time for you to be ducking is officially over. Earl the Truth Spence needs to go ahead and take care of Sean Constipated Porter's ass first. Get his ass out of there. Possibly Jerron Boots Ennis. Show him for the true dud and the fraud that he is, for thinking in his Rudy Poo and his plum brain mind for being too damn green, aka too fucking green, to think that he could step up with the likes of a Earl Truth Spence. Get stopped real quick. Get put in his place like a Mikey Garcia so that he learns there's levels to this stuff. Shout outs to Meek Mills, because there's levels. That's right. You are a prospect. That's your truest and most properest levels. I'm going to say that again. You are a prospect. That is your truest and your most properest levels. Know your role and know your place. And higgity fucking hush. But on to what I was talking about. Keith Thurman, you are officially on notice. This ducking and this running stuff is over. Now you got all kinds of cats coming after you. You got the Max Kellermans of the world coming after you. You got all of these people coming after you, man. They sick and tired of this ducking crap. You know what I'm saying? You need to stop it, man. Your belt is on the line. We need to go in and get that WBA strap. You gave up your WBC, but that's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? You had injuries. Some of it is your fault because you found ways to get out of the fights that you were supposed to fight. But if I'm Al Heyman, the time is now to put the pressure on Keith Duck Time or Keith Run Time Thurman. I need to put the pressure on him. You're going to sit here after you had a 2-year layoff, a 22-month layoff, with that shoddy performance that you had against Jose Cito Lopez. And you want to sit here and say that you have the gall to say I want Manny Pacquiao? Nah. We ain't falling for that duck move. We ain't falling for that runtime move. Then you want to sit here and say, oh, we're going to run it back. Because we know exactly what you were doing when you were at the Sean Porter and the Ugas fight. You was just there to try to sit there and to try to rally for a rematch between you and Sean Porter. Want to sit there and tell Ray Boom Boom Mancini that Sean Porter did not get knocked down. It wasn't a flash knockdown, or he didn't get knocked down by Ugas. Come on now. Come on now. Higgity hush with that nonsense. Ugas knocked him down. If y'all go back and look at the tail of the tape, y'all see that. Y'all see why I say that they need to hashtag run it back. You know what I'm saying? Or running this thing back. They need to do that. Just like I run it back on these fools, they need to run that thing back. We need to see a Porter Ugas 2. Because Porter did not win that thing definitively. But I see your plots, man. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to divert the fact that you don't want to fight Earl the Truth Spence or you don't want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford so that you could turn around and fight Sean Porter again. We don't want to see that because we know Sean Porter has so many deficiencies in his arsenal. And we know you can expose it. You already did the first time. We already know how to tell the tape of that fight went. You don't get a two-year layoff, a 22-month layoff, and then you want to sit back and start demanding. Nah, man. The tables have turned. The tides have turned. And now Earl the Truth Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford run the welterweight division. That's the truth of the fact of the matter. So you need to know your role, know your damn place, and get back in line and get back in place. That's what you need to do, man. I'm tired of these cats in the welterweight, man. Danny Cherry picking Garcia. Keith Runtime, a.k.a., Duck Time Thurman. Sean Constipated Porter. These guys are not special, man. I'm going to say that again. These three guys are not special. They're above average, but that's about it. They all have a lot of deficiencies in their arsenals that the elites, the Earl the Truth Spence, and the Terrence Bud Crawford can expose. That's why you don't want to fight those guys, because Terrence Bud Crawford will box the life out of you, man, because that man has so many built-in defense within his offense. It's not even funny. And he could see that awkward back foot that you have where you run into the line of fire to get punches. He will capitalize on that in the second half of the fight. He will just start stalking you and he'll straight stop you. And Earl the Truth Spence will use his original tactical aggression, technical punching placement, and body snatching work style. It's a punishment style. All you have to do is work that body, because we know Luis Collazo, and Bundu, they exposed your ass, dog. They showed you for the farce that you are when they land those body shots on your ass. We saw that when we watched those fights. So we know you don't like body shots. That's why you don't want to fight those guys, because they have you figured out, and they will expose you for being the fraud that you are. And to be honest with you, the Keith one-time Thurman that y'all used to see, I don't think he exists anymore. I think he lost a few steps. I'm going to say that again. The Keith one-time Thurman that you guys used to see, I don't think he exists anymore. I think he lost a few steps. See, it's something about fighters when, say they take some time off like Floyd Mayweather did or Andre Ward did, and they don't lose steps. They just age gracefully, or they're like fine wine, like vino. They age gracefully with it. And then there's guys like Keith Thurman. If they don't stay active, because there's boxers like that. If they don't stay active, they lose everything, man. And they look and they feel like shit. I'm going to say that again. They look and they feel like shit. Keith Thurman is one of those guys. He blows up in weight a lot between fights. But cats don't want to talk about that. Plus all those injuries, him not staying in the gym. You guys know, man, once guys start getting in their late 20s, upwards of early 30s, if they're not keeping their ass in the gym and they're not staying busy, they can lose their boxing ability, and it goes down fast. This is why I know Keith Thurman. It's not just the fact that he's ducking and he's running. I believe he's not the same, and he knows that deep down inside, and that's why he doesn't want to fight with the elites. He wants to fight people that he knows he can beat, man. And the guy has this savviness about him that, I'm not going to lie, he has a charisma. He's kind of like me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't to my level, but, you know what I'm saying? He has a borderline version of me with that charisma and that charm. And he could sell fucking water to a fucking well and make people believe some shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people fall for that nonsense. But I see right through it because I'm a deep thinker. You know what I'm saying? I told you, I'm playing chess. I'm not playing checkers. I'm already 7 steps ahead. I'm Sun Tzu, a.k.a. Art of War style on these cats, man. I've already seen what the battlefield looked like before I stepped out there in war. And what I'm seeing in the battlefield of Keith Thurman, he lost a few steps. He does not want to fight Earl the Truth Spence because he knows that's a puzzle that he can't solve, and he's going to get punished and he's going to get embarrassed. He don't want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford because he's going to get the life boxed out of him, and he know he will be exposed on so many levels as basically a B-minus level fighter at the welterweight division, because that's his truest and most properest level. He's a B-minus fighter. And the other thing is, all these Thurmets, shout outs to the Chi. He put me up on this game, Second Take, whatever the fuck this dude's name is. Listen, that dude got a 7-day, I'm putting it out there. He has an official YouTube, I've sent him an official YouTube subpoena. When I send you a subpoena, it's a 7-day notice for you to start acting right on your videos. The Chi is going to report back to me within 7 days. If that dude gets slotted in the mouth and he mentioned my name, he's on that list of getting ethered and fucking murked. You hear me? He's on my list of etherins and murkings. Because I'm the etherer and the murker, boy. Nobody ethers and murks like me. When I issue out my etherins and murkings, they last. Because I come with that unlimited pressure. This Thurmet, if y'all go watch his fucking videos, because I watch a few of them, and I started laughing. This guy's heavily overrating Keith Thurman. So much to the point where he puts him way over Earl the Truth Spence. Talking about Earl the Truth Spence exposed himself. He got weak power after the Mikey Garcia fight. See, this is the thing. That's a lot of this bullshit that's coming out on the internet, man. A lot of this bullshit coming out on YouTube. And I'm going to expose every last one of these cats. Because I'm on my multiple Etherin and Merkins. See, I don't have to to get ready because I stay ready. I don't have to go into activation mode when it comes to ethers and mercs because I'm always ready to ether and merc a motherfucker at any given whim. So he better come right and come correct, and the Chi's going to report back to me. And if I don't get what I'm supposed to get within 7 days, which is corrections, putting respect on Earl the Truth Smith's name, and stop with this bullshit about overrating Keith Thurman, he's next on my list. With, what's his name? Goodfella, a.k.a. Badfella. Shout outs to Daniel H. Alexander. He gave me that boy's nickname because he said because of his obese condition, he is not Goodfella, he is Badfella. And then casual boxing casual boxing talk shit. He gave me the nickname for that dude, and I'm gonna run with that. It's called Chicken George. So shout outs to Daniel H. Alexander for giving me those nicknames. And y'all know that E.T. alien motherfucker. See, I don't forget people. Everything that I remember is here. When I ether and merc cats, I collect data. That's how I'm always able to ether and merc cats effectively. You Thurmets, you better come correct because, like I told y'all, Keith Thurman has lost a few steps. Keith Thurman has aged overnight on y'all folks. He's not the same boxer. You're not going to see the same Keith one-time Thurman again. Trust and believe that. And he's running away from Earl the True Spence, and he's running away from Terrence Bud Crawford. I know that. He only wants to fight Danny Cherry Picking Garcia or Sean Constipated Porter or a Manny Pacquiao fight. Those are the fights he wants to fight. And watch, he's going to retire. He's not going to fight Earl the True Spence or Keith or Terrence Bud Crawford. The only way that's going to happen is if Al Heyman does what he did in 2016 when he forced all those guys to fight. And I'm hoping Al Heyman gets to his senses and do that shit. Because these guys need to stop fucking ducking and come and fight Earl the True Spence and fight Terrence Bud Crawford so that they can go ahead get that mega fight going on so it doesn't get pushed so much far back now to a Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao 2 situation to where the fight that was supposed to happen took too long and too late to take place. And we don't want those kind of problems. So these guys need to stop ducking, get their ass in the ring, get their ass whooped, get their ass stopped, get their ass punished so that we can see our mega fight, which is Spence versus Crawford. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.